Happy Saturday to you. Taking a live look outside over CSU right now. Gonna be a gorgeous day out there. Bring on the 80s, baby. I am ready. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Lauren Scafidi. Let's send things on over to Weather Impact Team meteorologist Carly Cassidy. Carly, we've got a nice hot day today, and then we cool it down for tomorrow. Two very different forecasts.
Yes, definitely. So if you enjoy the 80s, close to 90 today, that's what we're talking about. Then the 70s for tomorrow. Then we cool things down even more as we go into next week. So a little bit of everything, but we hit 80 degrees yesterday. Today, we're talking about the record heat. 85 is our record set back in 2023. The forecast for this afternoon at 87. So I'm thinking we're going to hit it and beat it with that sunshine and some gusty winds. Have that cloud cover out there right now. Still the sun peeking on through, and we are going to have clouds passing on through for today, but plenty of sunshine and staying dry. Already warm out there and started that way this morning. We got 50s, 60s, almost 70 degrees already here at the studio, and we just continue to climb from there. Hour by hour forecast by lunchtime into the upper 70s, low 80s. There's the 87 that we talked about, and then even into this evening, still staying fairly mild in the 70s by about 9 o'clock. All the way across the state, here's the 90s, really much more of that heat. 95 in Lamar, 92 in Pueblo. In the high country, 50s, 60s, and then along the western slope in the 80s. So everybody feeling it for today. Along with the heat, we got the wind, so that's why we have the high fire danger. It's coming out of the west, a little bit gusty, so no outdoor burning for today. And then we have a cold front coming for tomorrow, so we'll talk all about those changes coming up in my full forecast.
A man serving a life sentence for murder expects to be out of prison in just days. His conviction is being tossed because of a former DNA analyst at CBI. That analyst is now under criminal investigation herself. Missy Woods analyzed a piece of DNA evidence which was a key part of Clark's conviction. Woods is now accused of deleting and manipulating data in more than 1,000 cases. Clark's attorney believes that the developments in this case could be just the start. 9 News reporter Ria Jha has the story.
This is a good day for justice and truth in America.
12 and a half years later.
And as of today, Michael Clark's conviction is gone.
Michael Clark, convicted of murder in 2012, will be able to walk out of prison. It's something his attorney, Adam Frank, says should have happened a long time ago.
He told them he was innocent in 1994. He told them he was innocent in 2011. He told them he was innocent in 2012. And throughout this entire case, he has always maintained his innocence.
In their motion, the Boulder District Attorney cites misconduct by former CBI DNA analyst Missy Woods.
Missy Woods is the reason Michael Clark was convicted, and the new DNA testing showing that her test results were false are the reason the district attorney is agreeing to walk away.
Woods is accused of misconduct in hundreds of cases. Clark's is the first case tied to the scandal to result in a release, and his attorney believes it won't be the last.
I don't know how many more there are going to be, and I don't know if that's going to be people getting reduced sentences or vacated convictions or what, but this is going to be the tip of the iceberg.
Next week, Clark will be transferred from prison to the Boulder County Jail, where he'll have to post his original bond of $100,000 to get out. A hefty fee, but one his family never thought they'd get the chance to pay.
Mike's wife and his 3 children and all of his family and relatives have been waiting 12 and a half years for that day, and I am confident that they will move mountains to get him out of jail, whatever it takes.
That was Ria Jha reporting. The DA will now reevaluate and decide whether to take this case to trial or dismiss it. There will be a hearing in June. Democratic Senator Michael Bennett is officially running for governor. In a sit-down interview with our Kyle Clark, Bennett said that he thinks President Trump has Democrats cornered at the national level, but that meaningful pushback can happen at the state level. He also promised what he called a relentless conversation about reforming Colorado's taxpayer Bill of Rights.
I'm certainly willing to do that, and I believe our state wants to do that. I think Republicans and Democrats across our state believe that we're not funding our public services adequately, and that it's time for us to take a look at the way we consider this issue. So I'm not scared of it. I'm actually looking forward to it.
The hard line that Governor Polis has drawn is on the taxpayer approval of new taxes. He's suggested rolling back some other parts of Tabor, but that was a hard line for him. Is that a hard line for you?
I think that's a very significant place that the Colorado's voters are unlikely to want to change their minds. I think they want to have the chance to be able to vote on tax increases. I think there are a lot of things beyond that that are up for discussion.
Bennett is facing Attorney General Phil Weiser in the Democratic primary. The Republican field is still shaking out. There has only been one Republican governor in Colorado in the last half-century. A bill stopping the state from giving grocery stores a certain kind of liquor license is now law. Governor Jared Polis signed it this week. The bill cracks down on permits for something called liquor license drugstores. Those made it so that grocery stores with on-site pharmacies could sell hard liquor. The governor said he would have preferred a different approach, but added that it's undeniable the landscape for liquor stores in the state has changed. Colorado State Patrol says it has found some of the marijuana that was stolen from an evidence lot. This has been a wild story. CSP and Denver police say they tracked down that truck after it was spotted on surveillance video back to a home. They executed a warrant and found 450 pounds of the stolen 600 pounds of marijuana. But no one was home and no one has been arrested. CSP says it's been moved to a more secure location. New this morning, Colorado Parks and Wildlife is reporting a reintroduced male gray wolf has died in Wyoming. This is the latest tracking map released by CPW. It shows wolf activity in the northern part of the state in counties like Routt and Jackson near the Wyoming border. CPW says they were told about this death on Wednesday. Now they're coordinating with the Wyoming Game and Fish Department to return the wolf's tracking collar. But more information about the death of the wolf cannot be shared because of Wyoming law. This wolf was one of 29 known to be in Colorado. New at 8, phones, computers, and chips will be exempt from new tariffs. That's according to new guidance released by Customs and Border Protection just this morning. This comes after Trump imposed a 125% tariff on products from China. That move could have taken a significant toll on tech companies like Apple, which makes most of their products in China. A small plane crashed yesterday morning just outside of the airport in Boca Raton, Florida, killing all 3 people on board. That's according to the assistant fire chief. Officials say the Cessna went down on a busy city street and erupted into a fireball. It came down right in front of a driver who was on his way to work. That man survived and spoke about what happened.
I hear the engine right on top of me, hits the road in front of my car, crash into it. Go into the flames. Once the flames were around, I'd slam on the brakes and try to get out of the way. Just lucky to be here. Not my day today. Somebody's looking out.
Officials say the flight was headed to Tallahassee. The FAA and NTSB are investigating this morning. This vigil took place in New York City for the victims of a deadly nightclub roof collapse in the Dominican Republic. 221 people were killed, including several Americans. The rescue effort has officially ended, and the focus now shifts to identifying the victims. So far, authorities have only identified 146 of the people who were crushed. Loved ones say the process of confirming who was killed is too slow. They're demanding authorities speed things up. The Dominican Republic Earthquake Authority is getting ready to start its investigation into how the collapse actually happened. New this morning, President Donald Trump authorized the military to take control of federal lands along the southern border. Yesterday, Trump sent a memo to 4 federal agency heads telling them to let the military take jurisdiction of federal and public lands along the U.S.-Mexico border. The note was sent to the heads of Homeland Security, Defense Department, and the Departments of the Interior and Agriculture. The Department of Defense is also instructed to, quote, take a more direct role in that effort by operating on military installations. Military purposes would include border wall construction and installing detection equipment.